Okay, f*** you and f*** me. Have a good week.
This could all go horribly wrong at any minute.
Here we go. Just taking a little break here, signing posters as we make our way to Sacramento, California. It's only 140 degrees out, and apparently everything in this area has turned to kindling. It's quite delightful. There could be a fire at any second, and we certainly have been through them and by them before, and as we well know, it's the fault of the state, because it should have done something about the sun and the moon and the stars and everything that has made it difficult, really. Here's a little tip. If you're saying, geez, how could I get high this afternoon and not appear to get high? Get one of these gold Sharpies. I mean, the really heavyweight gold Sharpie. You take 6 sniffs of this, and you're ready to sign forever. And let me just say, on this, as we wind down the tour, I made a little discovery. Just a tip. If you've decided that, hey, and I think if you've got this opportunity, you should, I should go on safari. After you come back, clear a couple of weeks so you can recover from the fucking safari. You know, don't go, hey, you know, I'm going to go back to work. That'll be really fun. I'll be refreshed. You're not refreshed. It's really way more exhausting than I imagine. Now, you're probably, and also it'd be smarter to do it when you're younger, but still, even then, I don't care. It's 8 hours out there wandering around, looking at animals, and it's kind of mind-blowing. So it was truly great, and I hope during the next Rantcast to go into that. I'm looking forward to Sacramento. I've appeared there a number of times. They've got some nice food up there, and apparently it's the capital of the state. It's I've enjoyed playing there. I've always had fun. Now I am sure, even though Google, which is now, let's just call it AI, okay? It just turns over all of its information to AI. And guess what? AI doesn't get the information right. Doesn't even try. AI is lazier than I am. And my brain is getting old. And my brain works harder than AI. AI goes, well, you know, I'm going to start a paragraph here, and then maybe if I get to the middle by the, you know, I'll be able to tell you maybe something, and then there'll be a period at the end. So enjoy it. So I asked if there was knuckleheads, which I believe there was in San Diego, and it said that there was knuckleheads in Kansas City now. Then I said, were there ever any knuckleheads comedy clubs? And it just mentioned again the one that's in Kansas City. Here's the fucking deal, AI. There were knuckleheads comedy clubs. I went and performed at them. One was in Minneapolis at the Mall of America. All right? Fucking unbelievable. And the first one, I think, or not the first, the one that I appeared at, but I think it was, I know that I'm pretty sure that I appeared at the Knuckleheads here in Sacramento. And because A, it was bigger than the Punchline that I worked at here, and it was really quite something, because what made it truly unique was that the ushers there and the bouncers were all linemen and football players from Sacramento State, and it is one of the most well-behaved clubs I'd ever appeared in, because at the time in which I was first going out to do comedy clubs, they were saving money by going, hey, you know what we don't need? We don't need somebody to kind of watch over the room and make sure that people behave, because, God, by now they really are capable of doing it on their own. Well, not even close, and you can forget it now. That's for sure, I am sure. Well, maybe they are behaving themselves, but I don't fucking think so. And so we're going to be sending out a Rantcast. I hope you enjoy this one. Then I'm going to be doing a few other Rantcasts because there was a lot of stuff coming in that I wasn't able to read. It was coming in from the road out here in California, and I look forward to that. Some are pretty, pretty angry, apparently. That for the live Rantcast, you just don't want to be yelling and screaming, especially with it, going back east at 1 a.m. People need to get back to sleep. So you'll be hearing some stuff that I think you'll enjoy. I know you will on this one. And if you don't agree with it, send it in, okay? There's, a couple that I think, it amazes me. All this stuff is going on, and not one person defends it. That I literally get, I hardly get nothing. And I've asked 100 times, but I guess they feel very comfortable in just taking over the country now. And so they've got their hats and they've got their, they've got everything going for them at this point. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk about this and more. And because all of a sudden, the people that I trust the most, who are a lot smarter than me about this and spend their time, and I don't know how they do it, focused on what's going on out there, are freaking out. And I'm not just talking about the people who wander around and are kind of sweating stuff. I'm talking about the people who are actually academics, people who study this stuff, political scientists, people that on occasion I read. And it was a lot more comfortable amongst the wild animals than it is back here. So, I look forward to Sacramento. Then remember, coming your way, in October, early October, we'll be doing 2 shows, one in Easton, Pennsylvania, the other in Williamsport. Now, I'm just going to tell you, besides seeing my show, okay, besides the fact that it's the home of the Little League World Series, great, really great. Really, most importantly, I banged that there. Really, most importantly, it has one of the greatest men's stores in America, the Clothier. And if you get a chance, don't even come see me, all right? Just come for that and get your ass to Williamsport to get to the Clothier. It's there all year round, and he sells probably some of the finest array of clothing at prices that are staggering, and I'm not bullshitting. He's the one who kept me really looking as good as I possibly could at a price that I could afford. Huh? God, maybe I'll get into advertising. Okay, fuck you and fuck me. Have a good week. We are coming to you from the Masonic Theater here in beautiful San Francisco. If you fly out to the West Coast and you say, boy, I've got to get to LA, and you have the choice of LA and San Francisco, and you do choose LA, you've made a terrible fucking mistake. It's an important city to visit for a variety of reasons. Come here and you will find out for yourself. I'm tired of explaining this shit. I want to thank all of you. There was a lot that came in this evening, and there were a lot that came through over the past few weeks, and I deeply appreciate all that you guys have written. This show is written by you, and so if you have trouble with this, it's your fault. This is from Tom Toski, I think, Toski. Hey, Louis, here at Masonic, and thought I'd deliver some San Francisco 411. Bathroom line when I arrived was too long a wait, and I had to go bad. Went outside and walked down the block to take a shit on the sidewalk. but the line was even longer out there. Thank you, Tom. From Gayle Mason. San Francisco is the city everyone lies about. They say how beautiful it is, how much fun they had, how they walked around seeing the sights. But these visitors come in the summer wearing shorts and sleeveless shirts. And they froze their asses off. From Carol Schaeffer. Hi, Louis. I've seen you live at least a dozen times. Thank you. But this is the first time I've left my dog alone overnight with a sitter just to see you. That's right. I'm one of those fuckers I'd never thought I'd be. But my dog is my child. It makes me want to puke just admitting that. I never had children, partly because I'm a self-centered asshole. And I didn't want to screw them up by passing on my genetics. I'm married at 42, and my husband is 24 years older than me. No daddy or attachment issues there. Oh, and by the way, I'm a licensed psychotherapist. Back to my dog, I never deserved this bestest boy. Wow. Until 2 years ago. It wasn't until I was almost 50 that I deserved him. I'm going to reach out to Gavin Newsom soon to see if my dog can be his running mate for the presidency. If we make it that far. After all, my dog has never had a second with a female puppy and is raised in a libtard household. Carol, I fully understand everything you have to say. This is when you know that you've lost your mind. I'm carrying a shitbag around in my pocket. At any moment, that son of a bitch could fly right out, take a shit right there. So thank you, Carol. I understand that. From Stephen Saygal. Not Seagal, but Saygal. So what is it in my world of the San Francisco Bay and Marin County? Why do men and women use their children as shields? What the fuck? You're on some weirdo, giant hippie bicycle on a road that may have been intended 75 fucking years ago for bicycles. But not now. You pull out into traffic without regard. Or you have them on individual bicycles, either behind you and out of your fucking sight, or in front of you and out of your fucking control. Again, are you going on roads with way too much traffic and make your kids traffic cones? And then you are indignant and form coalitions to believe you should own the roads and talk about respect, even though you're douchebags who cannot fucking ride safely. You go through fucking stop signs at 30 miles an hour and teach them to do the same in areas where there's no way more traffic than originally intended. I guess fucking Darwin hasn't got to you yet, but hopefully soon you won't be able to breed. Or if you have bred, at least not anymore. This is I'm only reading part of this. He went on and on. This is, I have no idea if it's male or female. Hot for Bailey. Hey, Louis, I'll be at the show in San Francisco tonight, and while I could rant about a whole bunch of bullshit from the defunding of NPR to the absurd cost of living in the Bay Area, but today, I believe it's my duty to share something wonderful about this godforsaken region. Yes, sirree, forget the homelessness, the poop, the needles, the mildew, the lack of housing being built here. No, today I come to bring your attention to the greatest thing about living in the Bay Area. It's not the food, it's not the weather, it's not even the money. No, the greatest thing about living in the Bay Area is our local metro system. Bay Area Rapid Transit, locally referred to as the BART. Yes, sir. This love child of the latest, greatest president in U.S. history, Lyndon B. Johnson, and his desire to continue doing urban renewal while fixing traffic is easily one of America's greatest feats of engineering. Built to be one of the most proprietary pieces of shit on the fucking planet Earth. You see, the geniuses at some military contractors who helped design this thing believed that making the trains out of rail equivalent of aluminum cans was the future. We'll make the trains go 80 miles per hour. Only problem, because the trains are so light, they have a tendency to ride rough and output a quiet 110 decibels at normal operation speed. I love hearing damage on my morning commute. And because of this, I've lovingly nicknamed the system the Ear Rape Express. It's extra entertaining watching casual riders or tourists get on the train and plug their ears in agony as our train zooms under the San Francisco Bay at 80 miles per hour. Is the system well used? Of course not. The average daily ridership of the system is around 150,000 passengers daily. Is that a lot? There are stations in New York City that see more daily riders, but who am I to judge? Well, we also can't forget how much management prioritizes the system. See, when COVID killed ridership, management clearly knew they'd have to bring riders back to the system. Anime mascots. Is that even possible? You got to do rider outreach somehow, I guess. That's all being said. Nimbus, the falconer, has me questioning my sexuality. They also ran a mixer on Valentine's Day for single Pringles like myself. It was a good time, but because of the aforementioned ear rape, it was impossible to hear what the person next to me was saying. And then he just goes on and on and on. So... From Katy Gibson. Why am I drinking a mango White Claw in San Francisco? Is it because I hate myself? Probably because I hate myself. Bill Michaelus, dear Dr. Black, I'm almost 80 years old, but I can't open my pill bottles, and I can't even read the name of the drug. Do you have any recommendations? Sell them. If you don't even know what you're taking, fucking sell them. There are people within 10 feet, 20 feet of you that will buy them tonight. Brian Hamilton, why are neighbors near Golden Gate complaining about concerts in the park? Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin, and Jefferson Airplane played there all the time in the 60s and made Golden Gate Park what it is today. Maybe the neighbors need to shoot up some smack and calm the fuck down. From Jane Muir. Why can't San Francisco be as good as Silver Spring, Maryland? Jane, are you here? Are you from Silver Spring? The fact that you asked that means you're psychologically impaired. I was born and raised in Silver Spring, the largest unincorporated city in the United States. Hundreds of thousands of people gathered together and were incapable of actually voting for anything. I'm going to end with this. This is from Mildred Ellison, who is, has been someone who's written a lot of stuff and sent it in, and it's, I think, a great ending. I think want to thank her as always for what she's written, even if we don't use it, and it's my pleasure to share it with you. San Francisco. Sure, it's expensive as fuck. 101 sucks. Driving any fuckwhere sucks. Bridge tolls suck. We've got a tilt-a-wheel giant sinking skyscraper that sucks. Disappearing drugstores that suck. the tenderloin being the tenderloin, and Oaklandites coming over the bridge to participate in the fine sport of smash the tourist rent-a-car's windows and steal everything they own. So have a nice vacation in that 2 for $30 Coit Tower sweatshirt, rubes. And don't get me started on whoever came up with the shitty stupid idea to fucking close the Great Highway to make a new park no one wanted. To make it even more idiotic, they named it fucking Sunset Dunes, like some 70s LA apartment complex from Dragnet. Brilliant. You stupid fucking donkey dick idiot politicians. You fucked up one of the great drives in San Francisco. For what? Flexing your Venice Beach envy, filling the avenues with fucking rollerbladers and those same mindless fucking electric car driving Barbie and Ken dolts who go to street fairs to sip bad Chardonnay while running their $1,000 strollers filled with snotty little entitled brats into the back of your legs over and over again. Oh, yeah, I hear you. Holy fuck. But despite all that, in the end, San Francisco's a gorgeous wonderland with all the views, all the best weather, 2 fucking great giant bridges, the best park, the best museums, the best restaurants, the best golf courses, the best walks, Grace Cathedral, the top of the Mark, the Fairmont, the Giants, the Warriors, Giardelli, those fabulous little trolley cars crawling halfway to the stars Tony Bennett sang about, and the best fed rats over at Tommy's joint. So welcome home, Lewis. Welcome the fuck home. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow night we'll be coming to you live from Santa Cruz. Thank you one and all of you here this evening. Thanks to all of you for listening to my Rantcast. If you have a rant you want to get off your chest, send it in to me at lewisblack.com/live. You can think of it as therapy, or whatever you want to think of it as. Just let it rip. And I want to thank the true stars of our show, the ranters, and the splendid rants they gave us. Lewis Black's Rantcast was created and hosted by me, Lewis Black. Our live rant audio was produced by James Salter. Our theme song by Chris Lane. Executive producer, Ben Brewer. Executive producers, Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly.